peace, and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual biddles. And today I'm going in on measuring your spiritual growth. This is a good one, family. This is a banger, family. The reason being, a lot of people don't even know they're growing spiritually. They don't have a stick that they can use to measure their growth. And that's very important when you're on your spiritual path, because it gives you the gumption and the know system to keep going even further. One way that I use to measure my growth is to write it down. Write down my achievements. You got to create something tangible that you can look back on and say, okay, I did that. I completed that. Okay, that's something I produced out here to help the world vibrate higher. You got to do something physically, something that you can hold tangible, that you can use to measure your growth. Whether it's creating a website, a radio show, some services, a blog, a YouTube channel, writing some books, helping people, anything, products, anything. But that's what gods do. We create things out of nothing. You don't take something that's already there and recreate it. You extract something from your own divine mind and create something that once was not here. That's creation. That's something that God does. And that's a way to measure your spiritual growth. One of the best ways to measure your spiritual growth is by creating something. Another thing you can do to measure your spiritual growth is creating an altar. Once you create an altar, it's not going to be this elaborate thing in the beginning. It's going to be a small table, small dresser, whatever you have in the beginning. But as you grow spiritually, your altar will change. You'll go from having an altar with some names on there. You'll go from having an altar with some names to pictures. You start giving it water. You start giving your altar food. You start offering ancestor money. You'll start putting deities on your altar. You'll start putting more deities on your altar. And over time, you'll have this elaborate altar. And your altar is nothing more than a physical representation of your spirituality. That's why you can use that as a tool or a measuring stick, a spiritual measuring stick, to measure your growth. Another thing you can do is create a radio show. Start documenting the things you learn. Whether it's in a radio show, a podcast, a blog talk, something, a blog, a book, something that's going to measure your growth that you can go back and read, and other people can go back and read and feel inspired to do something like you. That's one thing you can do, is inspire other people. And when you inspire other people and you see them growing, it's going to fuel you to keep on growing. That's the third biggest thing you can do to measure your spiritual growth. It's happened to me. One of my spiritual advisors told me years ago, man, you're going to inspire people. And when people start emailing you, calling you, paying you to talk to them, that's when you know you're growing. And that's happening now. And I'm seeing people I help grow. I'm seeing people I help write books. I'm seeing people I help create their YouTube page, create a website, helping people start winning. And I'm like, well, okay, they got this, they got their website, they working on their book. Okay, I got to get my fourth book going. It's not like a race. It's more of an inspirational race. You know? And sometimes when you're in a race, you pass the baton. But in this race, we just push each other. Okay, I'm catching up. Let me push you up a little bit. And we keep pulling each other. You pushing me, and I'm pulling you. That's how the spiritual team works. I like to build a spiritual dream team around me. And when people tell me about my accolades, I'm like, man, I did do that. Okay, I did do that. But you don't want to relish in it like, yeah, I'm done. I got 4 books out here. I'm good. Chin, I'm done spiritually. It doesn't work like that. You just keep going. You do something, you put it away. You do something, you put it away. And then like 10 years from now, you look back on all the things you've done, you realize you're a winner. You realize you're a winner. And in the beginning, writing a book, having a radio show, a YouTube page, website, consultations, services, products, it seems a little daunting, but you do one at a time. The first thing me and my wife did was create a blog talk radio show. That's the first thing we did. After we got like 50 shows, we was like, you know what? We need our website up. After we did our website, we was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and write me a book. After I wrote a book, she wrote a book. I wrote 3 books. Why? because I'm a God, and it's something that we all can do. We all have at least one book in us. Everyone has a story. Even if you're twins, you don't live the exact same life. My father was a twin. They were two different people. They looked alike, but they were two different people. They didn't always talk to the same people. They didn't always take the same steps in life. You can learn from anybody. That's another way to measure your spiritual growth. Learning, reading other people's books, finding a master that you love like a father or a mother. Mimic yourself after them on a small level. That's a way for you to have a spiritual lane to go down. Some people don't even see the street. They're just working on a spiritual dirt road. I hear a lot of people say, I can do it all myself. I can sit here and meditate and do it all myself. And you can. But it's a long road doing it like that. It's a long road doing it like that. I don't know anyone that's successful that didn't have a mentor or a team helping them. You got to have a team behind you. If you don't have a mentor, a spiritual mentor, or at least a team to help you, you're only going to go so far. You only go so far with human effort. That's why I got these food dogs right here. I got all these deities around this crib to help me win. They're a visual representation of the gods, and they're a reminder for me to win today. Some days I'm like you, I don't get up and I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing today. And then when I think that, I'll be like, you know what? I gotta win. Let me go out here and make a video. Let me go ahead and write about 5 pages in my next book. Let me do some resumes. Let me do some numerology readings. Let me make a post. Let me make a blog. I think about winning. I like to cultivate my fertile soil for success. You just don't get success and it pops up at your door. Success comes after you keep planting seeds of success. And you got to keep doing that. I don't care if you don't get no likes. I don't care if you don't get no subscribers. I don't care if you don't get no views or comments. Keep doing. Keep doing. Sometimes you need to tell you or convince your higher self and the universe that you're serious about it. That you're serious. You got to make a big move. A lot of people don't make enough big moves in life to even measure their success. When you're scared of something, when something is challenging for you, you got to go forehead first in it and know you're going to do good. And realize that failing is good. Failing is good. Go into things attempting to fail with the mindset of winning, but not being afraid to fail. Because when you fail, you learn. You're not going to just keep falling doing the same thing over and over. You're going to learn from your mistakes. I look back at some of my earlier videos, they were good, but they're better now, I believe. And as good as I think they are today, 3 years from now, they're going to be even better. You know, because I'm not afraid to fail. I make mistakes, I stutter. My jewelry's on the wrong way, I might have something on my face. But I don't care, because it's the message I'm getting out here. Okay, family? So I want you guys to start winning more. That's why I say winning. So when you look at me and see me or think of me, you think of winning. I'm not saying it because it's cool. I'm saying it's because of what I do. I win. I'm known for winning. And when other people, the collective conscious, believes you're winning, they will reconstruct your reality as well. Because we're all one consciousness. And depending on how high you're vibrating, depending on how high your level of awareness is the amount of information you can extract from that all one consciousness. People think the human mind thinks of things. We don't think of anything. We just extract things. That's it. You think I'm thinking, I think I'm thinking, but you're not thinking. I want you to be more of a doer anyway. Go out and look at my video, Doer versus Talkers. Doers versus Talkers. That video right there is changing lives. Because when you realize that you're a talker, you want to become a doer. I've had people reach out to me and say, shout out to my cousin Brandon Hill. I'm going to say your full name, your government name. My cousin reached out to me. We had lunch. Brother got his altar up. He wrote a book. I love that bro. I love him because he's out here winning. I seen it in his eyes. I seen that winning spark. He's going to do great things. His light's growing. He's a family man. He's taking care of his kids. He's a man of his word. You know, we wanted to meet up at 1:30. I get there 5 minutes early. He already there. I'm like, ooh, those are winning traits. When you say you're gonna do something and not only do it but be there on time. You know what I mean? That's another way to measure your spiritual growth. Being on time. Holding your word as like gold. You know? We hold trips, we go to mounds, and people be late. You're late, you never go to the mound with me again. Never again. Never again. Unless you're really out here growing and winning. You know, I want to be like, oh, hold you accountable for something you did years ago. But if you're winning, let's go to the mound again. Let's do a prosperity ritual. Those are things that help you measure your growth, especially your spiritual growth. So on that note, family, peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened. Start writing down your wins. Start growing spiritually. Become a winner. Start producing. Start creating. Start being more of a doer versus talker. Let go of all the negative people. Seeing yourself as a God. Walking in your God body. Acting according. Stop fighting for your limitations. Expel poverty conscious. Invite in wealth consciousness. Learn mantras. Start doing some solo work. And start winning. So on that note, peace and love, family. Winning!